Hello, everybody. Here I come, figuring out where these buttons are. Sorry about that. There is a bit of a delay. Hello, Snowman. Could you hear him dancing and singing? Hello there. Oops. Hold on a minute. How's that? Okay, we should have sound. We should have camera. I'm adjusting. Let me know that if you have any feedback that you hear. All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Lightning Room. We are just a little bit past 8. We'll give it a half second here and then we'll get started. We're having our Christmas all month long. We'll be doing Christmas fun times. Let me know if you have any ideas or thoughts that you might want to add to it. I see those of you watching, hop on in and leave us something in the comments if you would like. Good evening, good evening. Good to see you. All right, everything's sounding good. All right, you ready to get started? Here we go. We're going to start with two truths and a ho ho ho, which is not a truth. Christmas movie edition. So, are you ready, those of you that like your Christmas movies? We will get started. Here we go. And by the way, before I jump right into it, hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving, a good week, maybe some extra time off, a little extra good food. Drop in the comments if you want to let me know how anything went and was. All right, here we go. Two truths and a ho ho ho, not so much the truth. First up, okay. And I see what we did. Okay, so the clue was we did this again, guys. The clue was the tarantula scream was silent. Okay, Daniel Stern had to add. Okay, so here we go. All right, so which one of these? So there's two true truths and a not so truth. So the tarantula scream was silent. David Stern had to add it in later during the ADR. Possibly. Or at least four stuntmen were injured filming Harry and Marv's fall scenes. There was something about that, huh? Okay, or a real family accidentally left their youngest son behind during filming, inspiring a rewrite. What do you think? Which one is the lie? Ho, ho, ho. Hello there, baby. How are you doing? Okay, so which one is the ho, ho, ho? It's Home Alone, 1990. Was it the tarantula scream was silent and it was added in after? Was it that four stuntmen were injured during the filming of the fall scenes? Or which one is not true? Which one is the ho 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 not true? Or a real family accidentally left their youngest son behind during filming? Which one do you think is absolutely true? What say you? Alrighty. Question mark. Yeah, it seems like the real family would have made the news. Absolutely. So what are we saying? Yeah, another real family. Okay. Hey, Sister Bear, good to see you. Joey, 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 ho, ho, ho. Good to always see you. Okay, so John's up, of course, with I think we're gonna go. That's two with the real family. And the answer is the family leaving their son behind is the ho ho ho. I know. Don't you think we would have heard a lot more about that in the news? That would have kind of been the big to do about everything. Hi, baby. Hi, behind. Left behind, another left behind. Okay, so that's what we're going with. And that was the answer left behind. All right, moving on to number two tonight Elf. So the department store. So two truths and a ho, ho, ho. Two truths and a not truth. All right, so the department store nighttime scenes were shot in an abandoned mental hospital. Truth or false? Will Ferrell really ate all that sugary spaghetti. No camera trickery there. True or false? And Zoe Deschanel only dyed her hair blonde so she could blend in with the elves. So which one's your ho ho ho? Which one is not true? Department store where it was filmed, mental hospital. Will Ferrell really ate all that sugary stuff? Or Zoe Deschanel only dyed her hair blonde so she could fit in. Which do you think? Two truths and a ho ho ho. Let me know what you are thinking. That Will Ferrell. Okay, we have a Will Ferrell really ate all that sugary spaghetti. No camera trickery. That is a ho ho ho. Okay. Anybody else want to jump in there and let me know what you think? 1, 2, or 3. Which one's the ho ho ho? Good number. Good idea. Sister Bear, like that. Okay, which one? Which one's the ho ho ho? Will Ferrell did not eat the sugar. Okay, so the ho 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 looks like Will Ferrell is kind of taking it. I don't know. Hello there, Bob. Did I say hello to everybody properly this evening? Hello to Bob. Hello to Jones. Hello to Sister Bear. Hello to Sam. So I cannot see your name. Okay, so the ho 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 on this particular one, ladies and gentlemen, I dare say, it is Zoe Deschanel. She dyed her hair. She did not dye her hair to blend in. Okay, so yeah, the ho 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 was Deschanel. Apparently, Will Ferrell did eat all of that sugary stuff. Oh, boy. Okay, next up. Next up is going to be The Grinch 2000. So, two truths and a ho ho ho. Jim Carrey had to work with a CIA trained consultant to withstand the Grinch makeup process. That's interesting. Or a cameraman wore fur covered costumes because the set lights reflected off traditional clothing. Also interesting. Well, The Grinch, needless to say, was quite a movie. Or the dog playing Max refused to bark on camera unless bribed with roast beef from catering. Whoa. That's a diva dog. I mean, seriously. Okay, so Jim Carrey had to work with a CIA dude for his or lady for the Grinch makeup process to understand it, or a cameraman couldn't really wear traditional clothes, so he wore fur-colored clothes because of the lighting, or Max, the fur baby, like was a fur diva. So, what do you think? The fur diva sounds rather suspicious to me. I mean, I'm just saying, but what say ye, group? What say ye? Pop up, answer up, let me know. Number one, ho, ho, ho. So Jim Carrey did not have to work with a CIA trained consultant. Like that answer, it makes sense. All right, that's one number one. Anybody a number two? Okay, we got two. Sam is a number one. Okay. Anybody else want to jump in there? What say ye? Jim Carrey, the cameraman, or the fur baby? Number one. Okay, looks like number one is going to take this one down. All right, ladies and gents, are you ready? And our answer, anybody else want to drop anything in the comments? Sometimes there's a little bit of a delay, so I'm trying to make sure I'm leaving ample time. Let me know if you feel rushed. If you feel rushed, I'll change it. Okay, the answer to this one is going to be the ho ho ho, and this one is going to be Max needing roast beef treats. Apparently, there was no fur diva involved in the making of this film. Well, I personally think it would have been kind of cute if you would have had a fur baby who was like, yeah, was a fur diva. I mean, why not? You have humans who think they're diva. Why should the fur babies be treated any less? I say. Okay, so next up, A Christmas Story, 1983. Okay, so two truths and a ho ho ho. Hello. I know, right? I mean, it would have been cool to have a fur diva. All right, A Christmas Story. So the snow was a mix of shaving cream, snowflakes, and firefighting foam. Okay. Or Ralph's iconic pink bunny suit was made by a grandmother in Cleveland. That's so absolutely believable, right? Or the BB gun prop actually broke a window on set and they kept it in the final cut. Well, I don't know. I don't remember the final cut of that. I mean, I don't remember all of that movie enough to tell you if there was, yeah, don't know. Okay, so what say ye? Um, okay, number two, my jumps is not true. So thinking that Ralph's iconic pink bunny suit was not made by a mother in Cleveland. And we've got a number three. Number three, the BB prop gun actually did not break a window and was left on set. Okay. Anybody else? Sam says number two. We've got two twos and a three. Two twos and a three. Anybody else want to drop in there? Drop in your comments. Let me know. Gonna give it a half a second, and the final answer is coming. Hello, Bob. Ready for your final answer? And your final answer is going to be the BB gun broke a window. It's not true. That is your ho ho ho. So the answer is at number three. Sister Bear, take it away. You got it. All right. Are you ready for our next one? Okay. The Santa Claus, 1994. Tim Allen. Okay, so two ho ho ho. I mean, yeah, two right, and one ho ho ho. Two truths and a oh oh oh. Okay, sorry, I was reading that. Tim Allen originally wasn't allowed to shave his beard between scenes because it kept growing back unnaturally fast. Oh, definitely believable. Okay, they had to CGI or cut out maybe. I'm not sure. Visible breath clouds because it wasn't cold enough during the film. So they had to use the computer to make the visible breath clouds, I guess, because it wasn't cold enough during filming. Interesting for Santa Claus in the North Pole, right? Okay. The North Pole elves were played by identical twins, rotated every 2 hours. Now, that almost sounds believable because they have to do something like that, don't they, with films or something? Okay, so the Santa Claus, 1994. Tim Allen's beard grew too fast, so he wasn't allowed to shave his beard between scenes, okay? Or they had to something out, CGI with that out, visible breath clouds because it wasn't cold enough, or Jum says number one, Tim Allen wasn't allowed to shave his beard. Okay. Um, because it kept growing back unnaturally fast. All right. That's an ho ho ho. Or the North Pole elves were played by identical twins. Which of those three? Hello, Nicholas. Tim Allen beard. Okay, that's a couple for the Tim Allen beard. I'm hearing from a couple of you. Anybody else? Okay. I'm going to get ready to give our answer. I'm not sure. Number one, because it just doesn't make sense about the beard. I know, like, every in between scenes, you can't grow a beard possibly that fast. I think I'm throwing my hat in there with you guys. Absolutely. Okay. And the answer would be, well, the ho 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 is the elves played by identical twins. They were not played by identical twins. So I guess they did ask Tim Allen not to shave his beard. That is just weird, right? I've never known a beard to grow quite that fast. Anyway, onward and upward we go, my friends. Here we go. Okay, so National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, 1989. Two truths and a ho ho ho. All right, the cat electrocution scene used a puppet that took 8 people to operate. Holy cow. Chevy Chase actually broke his pinky during the light string freak out and kept filming. Aw, I could believe that about Chevy Chase. Okay, or the squirrel that attacked Clark got loose and ruined 3 full takes. Gosh, that sounds like something that would be true. So, 2 truths and a ho ho ho. Well, this one I don't know. Yeah, number 1. No. Well, what say ye? Audience, what do you say? Is it possible? So, did the cat electrocution scene take 8 people to operate? Number 3, because it was not. Hello, John Stump says number 3 because it was not a real squirrel. Ah, good point. Hey, okay. So you know this. It sounds very much like you absolutely know this. Okay. Sister Bear says, I don't know. Well, maybe number 2, Chevy Chase breaking his pinky. Okay. Anybody else? Cat electrocution thing. All right. And the grand, everybody got their answers in? Sammy, Chevy Chase. Okay. Number 2, right? Okay. And the grand answer on this would be the squirrel. Jummy, you took it. That must not have been a real squirrel because he did not ruin any takes. All right, good one. All right, guys, last up on our Movie Express train here. Ready for the last one? It is the Polar Express, 2004. So, 2 truths, 1 ho ho ho. Tom Hanks played 6 characters through motion capture, including the conductor of the train, a conductor and Santa. So he was conductor in the train and Santa, and 4 other characters on that. It was fabulous, right, guys? All right, those of you that have seen it, drop a check or something in there. That was a good one. Still an absolute favorite. Okay, 2 truths and a ho ho ho. Next one. The recording sessions lasted about a year because of the film's heavy animation load. That makes sense. That was quite something, right? That was really something. All right. Or the final bell sound was recorded using sleigh bells from the Macy Parade in 1938. Well, that's a rather random thing, don't you think? I don't know. I know Tom Hanks did, right? Um, Joms, number 2, the recording sessions lasted almost a year because of the film's heavy animation load. Okay, Lisa, number 1, Tom Hanks played 6 characters. It seems like he did play those characters, and it was such a lot of animation. All right, so we've got 2, Sam's a 2, Sam's a 1. I'm sorry. Ami's a 2, Lisa's a 1. Anybody else? Drop in the comments. What say you? What do you think? All right, getting ready to put our answer up. Any more answers coming out? Our answer on this one is going to be Macy's Parade 1938 sleigh bells were not used. Nick, you are correct. I see you've gotten in there the answer. Yes, you are it. You are it this time. There were not the bells. All right, guys. Well, there we go. A little bit of movie trivia for us. Now, get ready to get that little appetite, that we have a habit of bringing to the table sometimes. How about the Great Feast Face-Off for Holiday Meal Rapid Debate? Well, we won't go that rapid probably, but I mean, we go faster than usual. Huh. Okay, here you go. So, this is basically like this is a face-off between foods and meat. So tell me what you think about them. First one up, your preference. Like, what do you have? What does your family always have? What do you think? What do you think is the best? All right. First up, here we go. Okie dokie. Sorry about that. A little delay there. All righty. There we go. All right. Ham versus prime rib. I have people that have both. So what do you think? Who wins the Christmas crown here? Ham. It's sweet. It's shiny. It's dependable. And that's so true about the ham, right? And then prime rib. Rich, juicy. Always the show off. Always the show off of the table. So let the chaos begin. What say you? Ham or prime rib? Ham or prime rib? I'm going with ham on this one. I'm going with ham on this one. Sister Bear ham, Nick prime rib. Okay. Anybody else? Yeah, I mean they're both. Yeah, they're both delicious, but there's something about that ham. I don't know. And up north, more so, I hear also, the prime rib is a much bigger deal. Okay, ham. Jumps. She's going with ham. Sam's going with ham. All right. Anybody else? And because there's no right or wrong answer, right? It's like whatever you like. That's all it is. Whatever you like. Okay. So it seems like in that one, ham seems to be the most common, but prime rib. So yeah, Northeast and Northern seem to see a lot of that. Prime rib, if I can afford the difference, I know. Well, nowadays we might get really close on that, baby. We might get really close on that. All right, how about this one? Both, right, both comfort. Mashed potatoes or mac and cheese. Both comfort food royalty, but only one gets the gravy waterfall. Which bowl reigns supreme to you? What do you think? Would you put your gravy all over your mac and cheese? Would you put your gravy all over your mashed potatoes? Which one wins for you? I'm gonna go with um, I think the mac and cheese with gravy. Yeah, I think mac and cheese with gravy would go. Okay, Sister Bear, mac and cheese. I'm with you. All right. Anybody else got any answers there? And whatever your answer is, that's what you like. Anything else special you like about anything, put it in there. Put it in the comments. Mashed potatoes is coming up. Mashed potatoes is coming up. Jumps is mashed potatoes. Nick is mashed potatoes. All right. So mashed potatoes ruled pretty dadgum big, it sounds like. Gravy only goes with potatoes. Now stop that. Don't judge the mac and cheese. Don't judge the mac and cheese. Don't judge the mac and cheese. I know, but there's something like not every time, not ever any, as a matter of fact, only at Thanksgiving and Christmas. But it just, it's very good. It's very, very good. I'll make you some. I'll make you some. Okay. So do we have anyone else want to stick their 2 cents in there? Okay. Kind of like that stuff, huh? All right, so here we go. Here's another good one. And actually, I hadn't completely considered this, but I have found this one interesting. I'm sorry. Um, no, Sam, I didn't get that. Okay, let me try to put you up there again. Hold on a second. Oops, I'm touching the wrong thing there. It says she's blocked, so we're gonna fix that real quick. Somebody sent me a message. Okay, see if you can send. Okay. All right. So dinner rolls, buttered soft versus the toasted crisp. I hadn't really thought about because there's always rules, always rules. So pillowy clouds of buttery heaven, yes, or crunchy edges, like bread with an attitude. You say what you say. Your jaws vote matters. Yeah. Butter soft. Me too. Me too. I'm on the butter soft side. I know I don't see you there yet, but I can see you on the side. Yes. Sam, dinner rolls. Okay. Butter soft, Joms, butter soft. Yeah, I gotta go with that, right? Can we dip the bread in butter? Just asking for a friend. Baby, gotta go. I got you right. gotta get to the freezer. I think I've gotten something in there. Oh, you know what? I'll share a funny story real quick. We'll move right on. Nick. Yeah, pillow clouds and butter. My sister-in-law brought some buttery rolls, dinner rolls, and they were in the freezer. You take them out and then put them in the oven like that. Okay. Well, so I did. Kind of just like that. The one little thing I forgot to do, well, it was that one little thing, was you're supposed to leave them out and let them rise 3 to 5 hours before you put them in the oven. It was such a busy day. I didn't think about that. They just like came out, they set up for a half hour and they went in the oven and it did not work. My dear friends, it did not work. So that was fun. Any funny stories you guys want to share about Thanksgiving? It was, yeah, it was fun. It was so much fun. But now I know, take the dinner rolls out if they're in the freezer thing, those, and because they were delicious. I've had them since, and oh my gosh, delicious. All right, moving right along. Leave anything in the comments. Okay, here's a big one. Someone just told me about their homemade. I've never had homemade cranberry sauce, but cranberry sauce, the jellied can slice or the fancy homemade, and it is perfect, the little lines on it, cut it just fine. Or I mean, really, it would take an artist to make something like that wonderful. I believe it was Mary or someone who told me their mom made the homemade, and it was just to die for. So what do you say? Have any of you ever had homemade? Do you make homemade? Or do you prefer the can? Here we are about the can. Yep, about the can. No thanks, John says. Does that mean completely across the board? Doesn't matter what kind of cranberry sauce, just nope. And there's usually one person. This Thanksgiving, there were two people who were enjoying the cranberry, I do believe. The cranberry had lots of company. I mean, two had company. All right. Jellies never had homemade, but we try. Yeah, me too. Me too, Lisa. I try. I heard it's the two people I know, like, you'll never eat it out of a can again. So it's got to be one of those things. Um, that is that is what it means. Okay, I'm important. Nick says either way, so you've had both. Okay, so interesting. Like I said, we're the can here. I might actually get the gumption to try to give something like that a try. I hear it is a process though for the cranberry, the homemade. It's a pretty big process. So, okay, anybody else in the comments? All right, moving right on along. Let's check this out. How about sweet potatoes? So, and I hadn't heard of this, like the marshmallow top versus, as a matter of fact, I don't know, I make some to die for it. It's like just yum, almost like a custard. Okay, so the sweet potato marshmallow topped versus the pecan crusted. I don't think I've ever had pecan crusted. So does that mean the crust is stuffed with the pecans, and then because that would be delicious, I think. See, in my little picture, I just put the little pecans on top, but I mean, I couldn't find one with them in it. So what do you think? Have you had it? I've never had the pecan crusted sweet potato, but I imagine that would taste delicious, right? Okay, so one's dessert pretending to be dinner, whoa, and the other is elegance with a crunch. Okay. I believe that. I believe that pecan crusted pie would be great. Yeah, I think that would be great. So what do you say? Drop your comments in there. Sister Bear, I did it for Thanksgiving, both in the same thing. Really? Nice. Oh, nice. And so the crust was at the you just mash them in there kind of. You'll have to send me the recipe. That's I really would like to try that. Um, Jums, marshmallow topped, but I put cinnamon toasted pecans in my mashed sweet potatoes, then mash on top. Oh, boy, boy, boy. So you both inspired me with this pecan and this sweet potato thing because it's it's uh it's a quite a combination. Quite a combination. Okay. Sure, thanks. Thank you. Definitely send that. That sounds just too good. Sam, I don't see you here. Let me know if there's any more. There you are. Okay. Yeah, just the marshmallow top. Okay. Why not both? I've never made it right, and it looks like Lisa said exactly that. Exactly that. Okay, yum. Yeah, yeah, that sounds great. Okay, we call it sweet potato casserole. Yes, that's what our marshmallows on top is the sweet potato casserole, and it's the pecan crusted. Lisa, is that the pecan crusted in a casserole form, or is it a pecan crusted pie? Because my mind is thinking pecan crusted is thinking pie. Let me know. Drop that in the comments. And yeah, thank you again ahead of time and in advance for the recipe. And feel free to drop it, and I'll put it on our lightning room site. That way we all have a copy of it. Okay. Yeah, now I'm actually getting hungry. It's ridiculous, one of those. All right, here we go. No, no, it's not casserole. Or no, it's not a pie. Okay, going to stuffing. Um, I mean casserole. Okay, gotcha. All right. I can't wait to see it. Oh, crusted. I was thinking pecan crushed on top. Right, that's another thing. That would be good. Even pecan through it almost, but on top. For some reason, my mind just says in a pie, do it in a sweet potato pie. Press that pecan into that pie shell. Oh, yum, yum. Okay. Okay. Stuffing or dressing? The same thing? I thought so. Thought it was just where you came from and how you said it. Nope. Everyone has really strong feelings when you ask them what stuffing is. Inside the bird or baked on its own tray. So which one rules? Like I hadn't considered stuffing as in stuffing because it's stuffed in the bird, and then dressing is what you have on the side, have in the pan. But a couple of answers were that when I sent out our little questionnaire there. That's interesting. I kind of just intermingled those words. We're having oyster dressing. We're having cornbread stuffing. It just sort of yeah. So what do you think? Side dish. Okay. Yes, Lisa, gotcha. Side dish. Okay, so stuffing is the side dish, not stuffed in the bird. Gotcha. Or yes, that's it. How do you guys feel? Do you call it stuffing? Do you call it dressing? Do you mix the words? And anybody stuff the bird anymore? I hadn't stuffed the bird in a while. It has been a while since I stuffed that bird. All righty, getting ready to move on. Any more comments? Send them out. Okay, those of you that have gone to the kitchen, please return to your screen. Let's go back to the screen. All right, here we go, guys. Any more comments? We're going to get ready to move along here. Man, after this, there's definitely going to be one slight evening snack. I am quite sure I feel it, and it's going to have something to do with the pumpkin or the pecan pie, one or the other. All right, guys. Okay, so speaking of pies, let's go ahead and move on to our next one. Nick said, I think the stuffing should contain the bird juices. Either way. Oh, right, right. That is a really important part. Sometimes if I cook the day before, I'll reconstitute with that the bird juices. Oh, makes such a difference. Such a difference. All right, so I call dressing. Okay, dressing. Yeah, and it seems like dressing is definitely a Southern thing. I don't know why. Not saying, just feels like that. Just kind of feels like that. Okay, so let's move on so we can all get to our snack rather quickly. No. Okay, so for pies, pumpkin, pecan, chocolate silk, you know, only one slice can end the night. So which do you go for? The classic nutty, the full on chocolate drama. What are you having right there at the end of your night? What's the last piece of pie you want to have? Okay, so pecan pie, right. I'm with you on the pecan pie. Pumpkin pie, says John. All right, then pecan. Okay, yeah, pecan, says Bob. I'm good with that. I think I'd go with pecan and then end in the chocolate. Nah, or would I go with chocolate and end with the pecan? What if you could have a chocolate pecan? I've seen a chocolate pecan. Okay, so Bob says pecans. Ami says another piece of pumpkin. Okay, I'm getting it. I'm getting the theme here. I'm getting it. There is not a slice limit at my place. Y'all come on over here. Okay, sorry guys. We're gonna go ahead and in tonight. I've got a little bit of a journey I've got to be taken. So jumps, I'm on my way. No. Okay, so uh Fisher Bear says, not a fan of pumpkin. Sorry. Pumpkin is, some people say, what is that? Acquired taste. Pumpkin and the sweet potato can be, I imagine anything. It's what you like. What makes you feel good? Okay, so Sam and Nick both are pecan. Pecan is good. Yeah, pecan seems to be pretty much like a popular, right? I mean, it kind of got a popular one. Okay, so now that we are all officially hungry. Okay, you can have the pecan and chocolate. Lisa, okay, Lisa, you can have the pecan and chocolate. Chum's going after the pumpkin, and then pumpkin, and then perhaps a piece of pecan. Or did you say yeah? Okay. All right. So are you about ready to move on, group? Let's go ahead and move on for tonight. All right, it's just like no answers, no response back. We're just going to do a little bit of fun with did you know 4 ornament traditions? So, first of all, I was unsure of any ornament traditions, and then I certainly did not know there were more than a dozen of them. So, yeah. All right. So, here we go. Okay, you know the little bird's nest ornament that you it looks similar to that. I kind of tried to make it the best I could. The little red bird is always the one sitting on it. It's a little ornament on the tree. Well, did you know the bird's nest the bird's nest, sorry, a second, I can't see that. If you'll give me just a second. Tucked into the tree symbolize good luck and protection. Legend says finding a nest in your real tree meant the upcoming year would bring love, warmth, and a cozy home. Today, crafty little nest ornaments still carry that same kind of feeling blessed energy. So, how many of you have a little bird's nest that you put up that you see? All right. How many of you have that? And they are so pretty. Got the Christmas stuff out, about to decorate. Yeah, I love that time to decorate. Okay, so how about this one? You have one, Sam. Yes, they are old. I think they do. I think they've been around for a pretty long time. The one we have is not a new one. Okay. So what about this? The shiny red ball ornament. Did you know the classic red ball originally represented apples in early paradise tree plays? Medieval Europeans decorated Eve trees with bright red fruit, and later glass blowers turned the idea into ornaments. Ha, now that's how your sparkly red bowels became Christmas royalty, right? And those are the prettiest. The you know what? The red, the blue, the green, all of those are in that really shiny coat. They are so pretty. Any idea on what kind of trees you're going to be decorating? Are you going to be decorating it with a particular theme, or do you have something that you do traditionally with Christmas stuff? How does that work? What is your kind of stick for that? I know I said no questions, just sitting back and relaxing. Okay, so the bell ornament. So many bell ornaments, right? Here's their history. Did you know that the bells were hung on trees to ring in good spirits and chase away the grumpy ones? Some families believed a bell ringing on the tree meant an angel had visited. Today, it just means someone brushed the tree, but the magic sticks around. I don't know about that it just means some. I mean, if you hear a bell ring, did an angel get her wings or his wings? Have you heard that? Do you believe in that? It's what you believe in at Christmas time, right? It's what you believe in. It's the most important thing. And bells, oh, bells carry so many, they're symbolic in so many ways. Christmas time, Easter's time, any spiritual, a lot of spiritual things it becomes very big in. So how many of you have a bell? I know, no questions. Okay. So just think it to me. I'll send it through Luna down there and make sure, see what he thinks about it. Okay, you ready to move on to the next ornament info? Well, the snowflake ornament. We all probably have them. If not, we spray paint them on the windows with the white stuff. So the snowflake ornament. Did you know early paper snowflakes were hung on trees to honor the fleeting beauty of winter? Every snowflake symbolized uniqueness and hope, a tiny reminder that no two moments were ever the same. Today, we glam them up with glitter and metal and, you know, but the meaning still sparkles, right? And those are some of the most beautiful, the snowflake. I love seeing them and now they have the glitter in the deal. So you have them up on the window and have the little glitter to it. Sun comes in and shines through. So pretty. Okay, so how about this next? We'll take our last section up for the night. I realize we're getting a little late here. Thank you for being patient. We're fixing to round it up right now. Thank you so much for being patient this evening. Hope you're having a good time. And remember, I know after this, it's not just the end of the night for you because there's still that treat in the kitchen and you've got pumpkin pecan. You've got something going through that mind that's about talking. So how about we end it with some cozy chaos? A little bit of the fireside edition with true or false. Now here's some Christmas folklore. So true or false, and you let me know. True or false? Drop your hint in the comments. We've got about 4 of these, and then we'll be about to wrapping it up. So you ready to get started? All right. Drop your answers in the comments. True or false? We're gonna start with okay. So in Victorian England, families told ghost stories on Christmas Eve as a treasured tradition. So in Victorian England, true or false? What do you say? True. Sister Bear says true. All right. What else you got? Love y'all bunches hitting a wall after a super long day. Happy holidays, Johnny. Much, much love. Much love, baby. Sleep well. Get some rest. Get some rest. Thank you for being here. All right. Rest well. Nighty night, Jums. All right. True, we say. Nick says that is true. Okay. All right. That sounds quite possible too, doesn't it? All right. So our Lisa says, I think. Okay. Answer is you are correct, my dear lady. Before the Hallmark books and spooky spirits, absolutely. There was the vibe. All right. So true. Answer is true. All right. True or false? In Germany, it was believed leaving your shoes by the window would attract kind elves who cleaned your house. Dang, Skippy, where are my shoes at? They're going by the window tonight. You think that's true? True or false? In Germany, it was believed that leaving your shoes by the window would attract kind elves who cleaned your house. What do you think? Yes, no, maybe so, certainly. Okay, that could be so believable. That could be so believable. Most of all, I really wish it were true because those shoes are going by the window. All right, what do you think? Drop it in the comments. What do you think? True or false? That's funny, but I think not. I know, Sister Bear, right? I don't know so much, but it would be cool, right? It would be cool. Okay, any more answer in the comments? Answer in the comments. Okay, we're gonna go. Nick, I thought it was gnomes. Oh, the gnomes would clean your house. Is that what you heard? So if you left the shoes by the window, the gnomes would clean your house? Whoever wants to do it. Personally, I have a very open mind. Elves, gnomes, you just come on in. Okay, yes, cool. All right. And the answer, let's go ahead and get to our answer. All right, so the answer to this is false. Actually, closer to St. Nicholas Day, elves weren't doing housework, just dropping treats. I believe that is absolutely a possibility. Okay, so it looks like the gnomes and the elves possibly were just being talked up a little. All right, what say ye? True or false? Some old European legends say the Christmas trees were originally decorated with spider webs for luck. Ooh. I mean, a spider web in a Christmas tree, that's freaky right there. Like, I bet you it doesn't have any red shiny balls on it. What do you think? And true or false? Some old European legends say that Christmas trees were originally decorated with spider webs for luck. True or false? Drop your answer in the comment, my dear friends. Drop your answer in the comments. Maybe. I know. I mean, I guess it could be. Old European legends say. I mean, anything could have happened then. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I tend to think it. No, not spider webs. I mean, that's creepy. That is just creepy. I don't know, but I just think that's creepy. Okay, so the answers are. Let's find out. Everybody finished leaving it in the comments? I know, right? Like Christmas trees and webs. All right, the answer to that is actually that's true. Ukrainian folklore says spider webs bring fortune. Tinsel was inspired by this. Wow. Tinsel was inspired by the spider webs? Interesting. Well, that needs to go in the Did You Know section. Absolutely. Okay, so true or false? A Scottish Christmas legend claims that gingerbread men were molded after warriors to protect the home. Right? Pretty cool info on the tinsel, right, Lisa? Okay, so true or false? A Scottish Christmas legend claims that gingerbread men were modeled after warriors to protect the home. Sam says true. All righty. What say ye? To protect the home. The little gingerbread man. Man, he always has a lot to do with everything everywhere. Here comes the gingerbread man. All right, what do you say? A Scottish Christmas legend. Drop it in the comment. Okay. Lisa says true. Anybody else? Sam said true. All right. Any more comments in there? And I will give you your answer right now. Your answer is they don't have votes, so false. Okay, and you are correct. Nick came in with the false answer, and it is false. Cute idea, but nah, they were just sweet little old snacks in Germany. I like that. Okay. Bob said true. The answer is they are false. Wow. Okay, so we learned some interesting facts tonight, didn't we? All the way around. Well, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very, very much for being here. I know we got a little late tonight. Appreciate your patience and kindness. You do matter. Enjoy the process through life. Be kind to your mind always. Thanks for watching. Peace and love always. We will see you next week. I'm going to stop our share. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and we will see you next week. Thank you.